Hello, welcome to Universal Interiors. I am Uni Fegley.
And I'm Leslie Inglestead.
We are so glad that you joined us. We're going to do a little talk down. Talk out.
We're talking up, down, any which way. We're
going to just talk it out.
We just kind of love that about ourselves. Hopefully you guys enjoy some of it, because we should enjoy all of it. We just like to chat. What do we get to talk about today, Uni?
Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to deal with society often tells us that it's all about you. You take care of yourself, take care of you.
Yeah, me first kind of a deal.
True to a certain extent, because even though we're the only ones who are going to watch out for us.
Yep.
But really what we're going to be talking about today is God is God, and it is all about Him.
Yeah, it's really quite a simple deal, and a lot of people fight it. And, it's interesting, too, with God. He wants us to just enjoy life to the fullest. He has just great things in store for us. But when we start focusing in instead of focusing out, then we run into trouble. Then we get that self-business that takes over, and that's just not a healthy way to live. A number of years ago, a dozen or so, a great teacher, her name's Beth Moore, and she did a study called Breaking Free. And we, in this room, have been talking about it. We are aware of her teaching. She's great. And this is a study now, I think, 3 or 4 times. In fact, I keep it around and I pick it up so often. And this just came back to me as I picked it up the other day, going, oh, I just would love to share this. Because it is the idea about breaking free. Just what is it that holds us down? And a lot of times, I'm afraid it's ourselves. I think we bind ourselves up more than anything.
Absolutely.
And in this, I'm going to just share a little bit from this, and hopefully you can follow me on right with it. It says, if only we could realize that we make life so much more complicated when we approach life that it's all about me. You know why that is? It's because the rest of the world never cooperates with that lie. No one else appears to get the memo. It isn't about me. See, when we see ourselves at the center of our own universe, we live in a constant frustration. The rest of creation refuses to revolve around us. Simple statement, life vastly simplifies. Satisfaction greatly amplifies when we begin to realize the awesome role, simply, God is God, and it is all about Him. You love that? I mean, that's some good things to chew on right there.
We were talking a little bit earlier about, we're always worried about what we can do and how we put ourselves so much in the equation that we kind of like, okay, I got to have this, I got to have a ministry, I got to have this. But we were talking about just how we just walk. Like today you went to the coffee shop. Tell that story.
Oh, super sweet. Get to meet my friend Mary Swenson. We're just going to run in there and walk into the little fun corner coffee store. And this time of day with my friend, we just wanted to be about us. So we didn't necessarily want to talk with anybody. I was going to hide out in the corner, and I was headed to hide out in that little fun coffee store in the corner. And something was pulling on me to go towards a little table on the opposite side. There was a lot of people around there, but I was obedient. I listened. I like to see people. And I'm headed that way, and there was an old friend, Michael Shoemaker, visiting, lives down in Columbia. What are the chances? He lives far away. He happens to be there. I'm headed to that corner. If it was all about me, I would have turned into my little private zone so I could be with Mary. But my life is more about listening to God. There's so many ways we can hear Him, too. There is. So if we just get out of ourselves and go, what do you got for me today?
Yes.
Wait and see what He's got for us. And so there I get to see my precious friend from many years ago. We have a great little chit chat, and then I have a sweet time with Mary. And I got this time just as a bonus because I got out of myself. I had a list of 3 or 4 or 5 things to do, right, in my day. I knew this day would probably have a couple of those things, but I got out of the way just enough and said, what do you got for me today, God?
Yeah.
And bonus. If we could do that every day.
And that's really how you make it about God. How you know I'm plan A.
Yeah.
I am who He is going to use. And although He says, who are you that in the Bible, who are you that you are mindful of me? We're a big deal.
Very big.
We're
Well,
sorry.
Well, like Uni was saying in the very beginning, we get out there, we're bombed with it every day, right? It's about me looking prettier, being thinner, having more friends than the next guy, having more toys than those guys. And it's so askew because it's not God's way. He wants to give us great things. Believe me, we are both very blessed in our family. We have a lot of fun things. We have a lot of great family and friends. But the truth of the matter is, that statement I said, it vastly simplifies. Who doesn't want a simple life? You know what? I think more and more they're understanding that if it's food, making it simple, right? I mean, if it's life, things in your home, keeping it simple. It just is more stuff, more baggage, more things to worry about. We're the ones who complicate it. We really are. We really are. We get stuck sometimes in that following after it. And then even though there's some that I know and I really appreciate of some friends and family that keep it simple, sometimes they can get a little bit on the critical side too, because they think you're bad because you have more, or you can get really kind of messed up.
You don't want to chase simple. You don't want to chase detailed. You don't want to chase, this is what I had planned. You want to just be open to the fact that God could use you in the coffee shop today, or he couldn't have.
Yeah.
You could have just walked over there and were like, oh, okay, ready in season and out of season.
Yeah, and it's a great way to live. It's a great way to walk in the day. It really is. I mean, we get, in the summertime, I know we've addressed this before, the busyness of life. You can get busy in the wintertime if you're a mama, or if you're, whatever it might be that you're walking in that season of time. That busy word, I just said that to somebody today at the grocery store. Like, how are you doing, Leslie? And I'm like going, and I stopped because I didn't want to use the word busy. I feel like it's a swear word almost these days. Everybody uses it. And you know what? I am so very grateful. And if I could get my mindset wrapped around that, my precious dad, her uncle, will say, life is beautiful. He sincerely means it. Sometimes he doesn't have it all that day, but he knows life is beautiful. He keeps it simple. And that is where I think most of us need to be, because there's so much waiting for us. And that what we just read and talked about, God is God, and he's got the greatest plans for us. Just talk to him. He's ready to talk back. There's so many ways. I just kind of want to end it with that. There's so many ways you can hear him. Walk in creation, talk to a friend, pick up his word, pick up an inspirational book, put a calendar of good thoughts and whatever it might be. Get in that. Write down your thoughts. Make yourself a point. If you're feeling bummed out, take time, write 5 good things about the day. Start thinking about that. It's healing.
So here's your challenge. They make those frames that say life is beautiful. Go get one. Think of Uncle Stan. If you ever meet him one day, you'll love him like crazy.
Yeah.
And remember that life is beautiful.
It's a gift.
Yep, and like we learned in church yesterday, a quote that I don't know who the guy was, but so often we preach, oh, I'm going to wreck it. We do more preaching by not saying anything and just living it out.
Yep.
So
we're trying to learn that. We still do a lot of this, but we do a lot of love, and that all comes straight from God.
It's all
Get out of the way. Yep.
We're all evolving. Thanks for watching.
Really appreciate it, you guys. Have a sweet, gifted day.